parallel pathing initially, right? Looking at a lot of more traditional, jobs, maybe even looking to say, hey, maybe I want to branch into a different industry. In my case, there wasn't exactly a lot of healthcare in the Milwaukee area. There's other cities that are probably bigger hotbeds for healthcare, but looking, do I change industries? Do I try to find some of those healthcare companies in Milwaukee if that's where we're going to stay? And then started to explore the franchise world. That was a really nice thing about the franchise world, right? They're all businesses, right? But they have a process, formula, things in place that allow people who aren't necessarily in those industries to kind of figure it out. At the end of the day, it's still business. And I did kind of gravitate towards more healthcare oriented because that's what I knew. But then in working with the franchise consultant, they started to introduce me to, well, what about these other businesses? I know it's a different industry, but here's kind of their model. And based on your background and what you're telling me, this might work for you. So it really did open the doors to start looking at a lot of industries that I would have never considered.
Interesting, I'm sure, to get the comparison out of the way between corporate job security and business ownership security and the perception. I mean, there are a lot of perceptions about that security that you get with an existing franchise system and the rails, the bumper guards and the things that come with that. Was there a point where it became an absolute aha that, we can do this?
Yeah, I think, and one of the things that struck me about, so obviously we landed in a heating, ventilation, and air conditioning franchise. And a lot of the models, being the owner, people always talk about as an owner, well, no one's ever going to be more passionate about your business than you, right? And passion enables you to do a lot of things. But one of the things when you're starting a franchise, and typically smaller, you're that salesperson. You, the owner, have all the passion in the world and you can sell the heck out of it, right? But I worked in marketing in my career long enough that I understood there's a distinction between marketing and sales. And there was a reason I was in marketing. I'm not that sales guy, right? I worked with a lot of sales guys in my marketing role, but I was not that guy. So when I started to look at different models, and in this model, they're like, you want to be successful? You have to hire a sales guy. I'm like, oh, okay, that resonated with me. And it really was a model that put me into more of a general manager, business development type role. And I'm like, well, that kind of feels like it suits my strengths a little better, right? And so I really started to come back to analyzing these opportunities from a business model perspective, and it became less about the industry they were in and my level of knowledge and comfort with those industries.